So then the fourth one is the Truti system, and this one is more related to action oriented in the physical domain. So, the first three we say is biophysical, and here we are getting more into the physical domain. And the smallest unit, that is the Truti unit. And we also find reference to Truti in the Vedas, and the Vedas talk about the connection between the Nimesha unit, which is the smallest units in the Kashta system, and the Truti unit in the Truti system. So it's very clear that all these four different systems, there is a reference to this in some form or the other in different aspects of the Vedas. Now we come to the very last one, which seems to be a superset of some of these things that you see in the prana. You see some of them reflected in the Paramanu system. From the Kashta, you can see reference in the Paramanu system, so on and so forth. Yeah. So it is more granular or more refined. So the Anu or Paramanu in common terminology nowadays, people, when you say Paramanu, they know it is subatomic particle. So the atomic explosion is related to Paramanu. And many people in India know that, but very few people know that even the most minute unit of time in the Indian tradition is also called Paramanu. It refers to a time unit rather than the subatomic unit. So if you really get down to that level, so according to the Vedic tradition, the distinction between time and space starts becoming very unclear. So you can see that in the way these names are created. So again, in the Paramanu, you find reference to Muhurta, which is a very important terminology when we get to the Vedic astrology. So these are the 5 systems of time units. And so I'll go to the next slide. Okay, so before we go to the next slide, couple of references here. In the Paramanu, you find a day is split into 8 prahars. So there are 8 units of prahars during the day, 4 during the daytime, 4 during the nighttime. And when you go to the south, it is more well recognized in the temple traditions. So it is called the Jamam. So every Jamam, there is a worship offered even in the temples even today. And so that corresponds to the 8 prahars. And it's only in the Paramanu system where you see the extension of the time units beyond the day. So you see the Paksha is 15 days and the month is 2 Pakshas, and then the Ritu is 2 Masas, and the Ayana is half a year, is 3 Ritus, and the Varsha is 2 Ayanas. So these higher units, you find very clear definition in the Paramanu unit, and these higher units are used in astronomy. So it shows that the Paramanu system has also been a part of the old Vedic heritage, and then over time it has been absorbed in the astronomy aspect, which is called the Siddhanta. We'll talk about it in a couple of slides.